Like that shit.
Do you
Yeah.
still have? Is there a part 2 to that exists?
Yeah, I was gonna make one, but I was thinking the audio is so messed up that I don't know if it's worth going through the process of doing that, and instead we can just
Yeah.
record a new thing, including Shiny as well.
I don't know when the next time we're all in a call like this is gonna happen.
What the hell is this? Yo.
Mods, crush this guy's gem real quick.
But yeah, yeah, the next part might be just us when we all happen to be in cool and playing Smash again. But I could do a part 2 with that video, but I'm not sure how much content in there is like worth putting. The only thing I can remember that was hilarious was fucking L getting massacred by her jabs. That's the only thing I remember.
Oh yeah.
From part 2 that was missing from part 1. But it's annoying again because like his screaming, his inevitable pain is really quiet. But you can hear me laughing like at 200 decibels laughing.
Yeah, I've had to deal with the audio like being like that before. Yo, next Smash video on the DJ Cleaner channel. Five Nights at Freddy's and Smash?
Wait, say it again?
That's the title of your next video.
Yes, bro. yeah, that. You know what? That would be fitting actually. Now think about it. Fucking sing songs and shit. But yeah, I'm a BRB. I need to go toilet bad. Also, hello, Fire RJT.
I will entertain the stream while you're gone. I'm just gonna talk about FNAF lore. Alright. So, guys, welcome back to the stream. Today, we're gonna be talking about, the FNAF lore timeline. So basically, it all starts in around the 70s when Henry Emily and William Afton, two businessmen, start a business together called Fredbear's Family Diner. And at this diner, they have two awesome little animatronics. One of them is called Fredbear. He's like a golden bear, and the other is called Bonnie, but he's a golden Bonnie, not the one that you might know. So basically, this is a pretty cool business, and they have this weird thing there. It's called Springlock suits, and basically what they are is that they double as animatronics and suits. And so basically, it basically allows the mechanical parts of the animatronic to be able to be retractable. And they retract, and someone can step inside and use it as a suit that can come off the stage and like entertain the kids and stuff. And it's a pretty cool idea, but it can be liable to risk. As we can see in the year 1983, when Freddy's has gotten so big and successful that it's gotten so big, it's gotten successful that they expanded, and they started the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza name with some new characters and stuff. They got the normal four Pokemon that we know today. They got Freddy, they got Chica and Bonnie and Foxy, the blue Bonnie, by the way, and the brown Freddy. And so basically, at this place, William Afton's kids are pretty involved in the story now, because there's this thing here. It's called this thing here happened. It's called the Bite of '83, because the crying child was he was scared of the animatronics, and so his brother was pulling a prank on him, and he was like, "All right, time to give Fredbear a big kiss," and then. Basically what happened is that he got up to Freddy's face and he got put inside Freddy's mouth, and Freddy's jaw closed shut and it bit the kid's head. And then Markiplier saw that and he was like, "Was that the Bite of '87? But it wasn't. It was the Bite of '83. And so after that, a lot of things happen. William Afton goes a little bit crazy. He gets to be known as this dude. He's called the Purple Guy because he's like Purple Man, you know? And so basically he's like, I will put you back together, my son. And then he makes this animatronic. It's called the Fun Time Circus Baby animatronic, and she has a little thing inside of her body where it can open up, and there's like a whole space in there, just big enough for a kid to fit inside. So there's like also a claw, and so it's like an abducting children machine. And so basically what happens is that it's designed to get children, so Afton can do some weird tests on it to see if he can bring life back to the kid, because he noticed that there were some kids that after his son died, that animatronic started to act weird, like almost like he was possessed by that kid or something, huh? Well, that's true. That's what happened. And so he didn't mean for his daughter Elizabeth to be the one killed by the Circus Baby, but she was. And Circus Baby's Pizza World was not able to open, unfortunately, because of that accident. And so basically, Afton at this point, he's like, oh, I'm so mad. It's all Henry's fault, even though Henry didn't do anything. So when Charlie Emily, I don't know, her name is Charlie, and she's a girl, and she's Henry Emily's daughter, and she one time got stuck outside of the pizzeria, and William Afton, Purple Man, decided to get some revenge, you could say, because, you know, why are my kids both dead but his isn't? And so basically, yeah, and then the puppet came outside and found the body, and Charlie possessed the puppet, and she was mad and angry and decided to get revenge on the Purple Man. And so that's basically where the whole thing starts. And at this point, Michael's just like, what the hell is happening? This is so stupid. And then basically, he decides to search through all of the pizzerias. Well, no, not yet. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. But after William Afton eventually gets fired because Henry's like, you're freaky, and you might have done this, but we have no legal proof. He was like, you're fired. You're weird. And then William's like, okay, let me disguise myself as a security guard and then lure 5 kids into the back room with my awesome bunny suit and then kill them all. And that's what the missing persons incident was all about. And so basically, yeah, that's what happened there. And then what he did after that is that he stuffed all of those kids' bodies into the animatronic suits. And that was pretty crazy, you know. That got on the news and everything, and eventually there was another incident, I believe, at another location. But then eventually, just what happened was that William went into hiding, and his son was like, this is weird, I gotta check this out. So that's when the actual gameplay of Five Nights at Freddy's starts. Because then, Five Nights at Freddy's, he's like, Michael Afton is the security guard, and he has to figure out what's going on, and the animatronics are attacking him because he looks like his father. And, but eventually what happens is that, William goes back into one of the places to try and disassembles the animatronics to try to experiment on them, but then what happens there is that the souls come back and they decide that they need to get revenge on William Afton, the Purple Man, and they do. They get him into the suit after it hasn't been used in a long time, and then the suit, the spring lock failures, the spring lock suit, remember when I talked about it earlier? It doesn't really work well when it's wet, and it's been a long time, and the roof is leaking. So So that's why it clamps up and the animatronic parts all stab into the purple guy, and purple guy dies inside the suit. However, if you notice that the suits are haunted, then you would be like, oh wow, does that mean Spring Bonnie is now the purple man? And you would be right, he is. And then finally, many years later, there was a horror attraction based on all the weird stuff that happened there called the Fazbear Frights. And they didn't have any animatronics there at first, but then they finally found one, and it was William Afton's Spring Bonnie suit they found inside of a back room that had been sealed off. And then Michael was like, okay, let me go investigate. And then he's a security guard there. And he was like, yeah. And it was like a father-son reunion of sorts. And it was kind of crazy. And then and then he decided to burn the place down, which worked for a little bit until it realized that no, it didn't work. And to talk about why that didn't work, we have to talk about Remnant. And so Remnant was this thing that he discovered in his little that the purple guy discovered in his little underground laboratory. And that basically, I forgot to talk about this earlier, Michael Afton went into the sister location underground laboratory and found that, and found all these Funtime animatronics and stuff, but the craziest one that he found was that, this little room at the end, where all the Funtime animatronics had, like, joined together as this one dude named Ennard, and he basically has like a weird endoskeleton thing, and then he got lured into this room, and there was this weird thing there called the scooper, and this scooper was used on him, and it scooped out his insides, and Ennard basically hopped in, and basically Michael was used as a skin suit for this weird robot animatronic thing for a little bit, and yeah, and his body started to rot and become purple and stuff after a while, and it was kind of gross, and a lot of people were grossed out. But then Ennard, for some reason, at the end, he decided to just hop out, because, like, I don't know, the disguise just wasn't working anymore, and he hopped into the sewer, and they were down there for a long time, and Michael survived somehow, and that's because of Remnant, which is like a weird science fiction energy sort of thing, that exists in all the kids and stuff, and they get possessed with the animatronics and stuff. But basically what happens at the end is that in FNAF 6 Pizzeria Simulator, Henry Emily decides to call all of the remaining animatronics and Michael to the same place and then burn it all down, and there's this awesome monologue, and everyone dies, including William Afton, Springtrap, the baby, Ennard, Michael, and everyone, and all their souls are laid to rest, and it's so awesome and cool. But Golden Freddy is still alive, and he's like, bro, what the fuck, purple guy, I am going to lose it, and I'm going to torture you for the rest of your existence, and that's Ultimate Custom Night. That's where that one comes in. And that's basically where the story ends, with Michael Afton being forever tortured in the afterlife by Golden Freddy. But there is a continuation, because for some reason his the unconscious soul of the purple man was uploaded to a flash drive thing, and in that flash drive was his just digital consciousness or something, and then it became this thing called Glitch Trap, this weird other bunny in the VR game, and then somehow he escaped from there, and then that's when Security Breach happens, and he like possesses the white woman security guard Vanessa, and then all that happens, and then for some reason he's like, that place was like built on top of the Freddy 6 location, and that was really crazy to figure out. But then you go inside and you see not only Springtrap is alive, but also like Ennard kind of, but all combined together, and then they like kill Springtrap kind of again then. and it was crazy. But then that's where the story ends for now. That's the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my explanation of the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. It was it's very awesome, and it's so cool. The part that I don't really like is that whole part after
What the
after
fuck?
Oh, hey, you're back.